morning, everyone. Welcome to the Monday, August 27, 2012 meeting of the Lewis County Board of County Commissioners. We have a full quorum this morning. All three members are present. We'll begin with the flag salute. Commissioner Averill.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve the minutes of August 20th, 2012.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the minutes of August 20th, 2012. Are there any changes, corrections, additions, deletions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. There is no one signed up for public comment. Is there anyone that would like to comment that didn't sign up? Seeing none.
Mr. Chairman, we have two proclamations this morning. I move that we consider them separately.
I second that.
Okay. Motion made and seconded to approve proclamations that are in the agenda. Commissioner Averill, would you read those into the record?
Okay. Proclamation number 1 is before the Board of County Commissioners of Lewis County, Washington, a proclamation. Whereas crime-solving programs based on partnerships between community organizations, the media, and law enforcement agencies contribute significantly to the quality of life throughout Washington state. And whereas Crime Stoppers, a worldwide network with programs in all 50 states and 11 countries, has established a remarkable record since it was founded in New Mexico in 1976. And whereas Crime Stoppers pays cash rewards for information leading to the arrest of criminals and the recovery of stolen property and illegal drugs while providing confidentiality and maintaining the caller's anonymity. And whereas since its inception, these nonprofit organizations with civilian boards of directors and law enforcement coordinators have been instrumental in solving over 1 million cases and recovering property and seizing drugs valued at more than $12.7 billion. And whereas Crime Stoppers has proven that citizen involvement is a powerful weapon in combating and solving crime and can be used effectively to enhance the efforts of local law enforcement. Now, therefore, we, the Board of County Commissioners, do hereby proclaim September 2012 as Crime Stoppers Month in Lewis County and urge all citizens to join us in this special observance, done in open session this 27th day of August 2012. Is there a Crime Stoppers spokesman?
Ross.
Ross.
Good morning, Ross McDowell, Lewis County Sheriff's Office Sergeant. Talking reference the proclamation for Crime Stoppers Month. Crime Stoppers has been very successful here in Lewis County. Not only in apprehending criminals, but recovery of stolen property. This is one of our biggest things that we have here is stolen property, and usually involves more than that. It usually involves the drugs and other things that are related to it. But I got to say that in my 18 years that I've been here, that this program has been a very good program for Lewis County. It is one of the nice things that we do have some of the nice way to put this. Non-desirable people are able to actually leave information, or as we call it, rat out some of their other people for sometimes a cash reward. Sometimes they do it and they don't even ask for the cash reward. They have different motives for why they do the things that they do. But it's been really nice that it is something where anybody or nobody has to be afraid of any kind of repercussions coming back to you. You're given a number, and that's all they know you by is a number, and there's only 1 or 2 people that know who those numbers belong to, and they're kind of stashed away that it's not kept for any kind of later record or anything like that. It's pretty much a done deal. Here's your reward for doing what you did. And it's a way of rewarding people for being good citizens and helping out not only Lewis County Sheriff's Office, but all the police departments here in the United States. This is not only a statewide but a nationwide effort, because as we know, stuff doesn't stay here in Lewis County. It goes down to Cowits, goes up north, goes all over, goes out of state. And through Crime Stoppers, we're able to get some of those people, their items back, and get some closure and some convictions on these crimes that occurred. Thank you.
Thank you, Ross. You want to go get a vote on that, and then we'll move to
Yes.
second proclamation?
Are we gonna vote on both of them together,
Why don't we go ahead and vote on them separately?
or we'll vote on the first proclamation? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Okay, our second proclamation, a proclamation in Lewis County, Washington. Whereas Lewis County has experienced natural and man-made disasters in the past, and scientific evidence indicates the county remains vulnerable to natural and man-made disasters in the future. And whereas the loss of life and property can be greatly reduced if the citizens have available information provided over the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration weather radio, and whereas county and city agencies, schools, hospitals, businesses, and the general public should have weather radios equipped with a special alarm tone feature that can be sound on an alert and give immediate information about a life-threatening situation. And whereas the importance of listening to NOAA weather radio will be highlighted during the month of September by NOAA Washington State Emergency Management and Lewis County Emergency Management, and whereas the citizens of our county need to prepare themselves to be self-sufficient for at least 3 days following a natural or man-made disaster. Now, therefore, we, the members of the Lewis County Board of County Commissioners, do hereby proclaim September 2012 as NOAA Weather Radio Month in Lewis County and encourage all citizens to increase their knowledge and awareness of the benefit and use of NOAA Weather Radio before, during, and after a natural or man-made disaster, done in open session this 27th day of August 2012. Board of County Commissioners. Ross?
Once again, Ross McDowell, Lewis County Sheriff's Office Deputy Director of Emergency Management. The NOAA Weather Radio is a nationwide network of radio systems broadcasting continuous weather information directly from the nearest National Weather Service, which for us, it is Seattle. But it doesn't only do that. It's an all hazards warning system that's out there. It's not just for floods and weather events, but it's also for any kind of immediate life-threatening situations and hazards that come up, including the AMBER plan, which we just adopted here, and the EAS, which is Emergency Alert System Plan, which the NOAA Weather Radio plays a key part in that. What we're trying to do here is we're trying to make the weather radio to be as common as a smoke detector in people's house, because it is a life safety tool that we want people to go out and purchase. And we have even gone as far as to start a couple of different programs to give some of those away through some grant dollars for people that can't afford them, that are in high vulnerability areas for flooding. So at this time, we want to make sure that the people can actually get these warnings that we're putting out. So the earlier the warnings get to people, there's less chance that we're going to have to do some kind of a recovery effort on those folks. They'll be able to mitigate, they'll be able to make their plans and get themselves out of harm's way. We did say the 72 hours. One of the things we are pushing now is not only to be 3 days ahead, but try to be at least 5 days ahead. With the different things that can happen road conditions wise and other issues that come up, we want people to make sure that they will be self-sufficient for a period of time before the first responders can get to them. So we're leaning more toward a 5-day response. On September 12th, the statewide is required monthly testing of the EAS will be performed. They will be doing a big push on this on the NOAA Weather Radio. This is normal monthly testing that does go over NOAA Weather Radio, but this month they're going to be doing something special for that on September 12th through the National Weather Service. This radio is broadcasted on a different frequency than any AM/FM radio or anything like that, so it does have to have a special radio to pick this up. Radios are available quite a few different locations, hardware stores, chain stores, radio stores, stuff like that, to pick these things up, and the
If
price
you're-
has gone down.
If you're in Packwood, you can get one at the Ace Hardware store. in
That is
Packwood.
correct. I've heard that. I've heard that, as a matter of fact, yes. So, once again, this is one of our key elements for our EAS, for our emergency alert system for here in Lewis County. So, there's currently 1,013 transmitters over the entire United States, including Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands, and some of the other U.S. Pacific territories. So this is not a small system that we're just using here. It's a massive system that the National Weather Service has there. So Lewis County Sheriff's Office Division of Emergency Management supports the National Weather Service by encouraging these citizens to purchase the NOAA weather radios here in Lewis County, and we're assisting them by purchasing them for them in the different programs. Thank you.
Ross, your comment about 5-day preparedness hit me, because I can recall some folks up in Seattle being without power for a few days, and it's interesting seeing people who are prepared for a 5-day outage and those that are not. And the ones that aren't are whining about, why doesn't the government do something? The ones that are saying, just a big deal. We got stuff put away. We're okay. We'll be okay till they get the power back on. So It's interesting. 5 days is not any too much to have in storage somewhere.
That is correct. And then one thing is urban versus rural areas. The rural areas, people are more prepared in rural areas. We happen to be considered a rural area. We have more people with generators here. We have more people that stockpile and can and do stuff like that still, that they can survive on their own. Compared to in the city where they go day to day by eating out, and having to go to a restaurant or having to go somewhere, they're more dependent on those social functions and, services. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Ross.
Call for the vote on the proclamation. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve the notice agenda for the items 3 and 4, resolution number 12-276 and 12-277.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the notice agenda. Will the clerk please read those items in the record?
Item 3, notice accepting a bid on tax title property located off Shorey Road in Chehalis, Washington. This is resolution number 12-276. Item 4, notice in the matter of temporary closure of a portion of North Military Road to all through traffic. This is resolution number 12-277.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tim Elsey, Lewis County Public Works Director, speaking to item number 3 on your notice agenda, resolution 12-276. Tax parcel on Shorey Road consisting of 6.35 acres of land located near Chehalis was conveyed to Lewis County by the county treasurer following an unsuccessful attempt to sell the property at public auction. A nearby property owner has now requested to purchase the property and has submitted a bid of $3,946.27. Since the bid submitted is within 12 months from the date of the attempted public auction, RCW 3635-150 allows for the property to be disposed of by private negotiations pursuant to providing that the final sale price is no less than the principal amount of unpaid taxes, which is $2,055.65. Notice shall be given to the public as required by Lewis County Code 3.30.390, thereby providing an opportunity to compete for the purchase by offers of a more favorable price. This is a 6.35 acre parcel that is 100% floodplain. There is no legal access to this parcel, and the purchaser does know that.
Yeah, Tim, for those who might be interested, this piece of property came into the possession of the county because of probably failure to pay taxes on the property. County treasurer puts such properties after 3 years of no payment of taxes up for public auction. Many of those get sold off in public auction, some don't, and when they don't, they get turned over to the county. So it's left for the county to dispose of the property, and this is part of that process. So there won't be another notice on this. It'll be published in the newspaper, and if someone does come forward with a better price, then we'll negotiate with that person. Otherwise, the sale will be consummated.
Speaking to item number 4 on your notice agenda, resolution 12-277, in the matter of the temporary closure of a portion of North Military Road to all through traffic. It's become necessary for Lewis County to replace an undersized culvert on North Military Road, 200 feet south of the intersection of Kuntz Road. The culvert replacement will necessitate closing a portion of North Military Road to all through traffic between Kuntz Road and Avery Road during the period of work. The closure will be from September 4th, 2012 to September 11th, 2012, starting at 7 a.m. on the first day of closure and ending at 5 p.m. on the last day of closure.
This too is just a public notice. There won't be any further action, but it will be posted. And we've told the 911 communications, the fire stations, and I presume the school bus services, because we'll be in school starting that time.
Yes,
And,
and local access will be maintained up to the point of closure. Thank you.
Tim, I need to see you briefly after the meeting.
Sure.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments on the notice agenda?
He wants to see you about elk.
Not exactly. Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor of the notice agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the consent agenda, items 5 through 8, resolutions 12-278 through 12-281.
I second that.
Motion is made and seconded to approve the consent agenda. Will the clerk please read those items into the record?
Item 5, resolution number 12-278, approval of warrants for payment. Item 6, resolution number 12-279, approval of an interagency agreement with Washington State Office of Financial Management for the Adna Levee Drainage Improvement Project. Item 7, resolution number 12-208, 280, accepting a deed of additional right-of-way for Russell Road in Centralia. Item 8, resolution number 12-281, approval of interlocal agreement with Lewis County Fire District Number 11 for radio repair and maintenance services.
Item 5, resolution 12-278, approves 209 warrants issued by the auditor's office totaling $1,031,366.46.
Tim Elsey speaking to item number 6, resolution 12-279, approval of an interagency agreement between Lewis County and the Washington State Office of Financial Management. The Washington State Office of Financial Management has funding available through the Jobs Now program for regionally significant projects that offer broad-based community benefits. The Chehalis River Basin Flood Authority, which Lewis County is a founding member, unanimously supported the Adna Levee Drainage Improvement Project for this OFM funding opportunity at their special teleconference meeting on July 12, 2012. The OFM approved this request and obligated $244,145 with 0% match for the Adna Levee Drainage Improvement Project. Lewis County proposes to be the lead agency for the Adna Levee project. The proposed resolution will allow Lewis County and the Washington State Office of Financial Management to enter into an interagency agreement. This agreement will become effective upon OFM Deputy Director's signature and will expire on June 30th, 2013. The county shall provide services and staff and otherwise do all things necessary for or incidental to performance of work as set below. Cleaning and restoration of approximately 7,500 linear feet of existing drainage pathway along the historic railway grade, which is now the Willapa Trail system. Replacement of culverts as necessary to provide historic levels of protection to the surrounding areas, and restoration of previously established drainage routes. Lewis County will be reimbursed in an amount not to exceed the $244,145.
This is the first of a number of projects that came up in the jobs bill that was passed by the last legislature, where $5 million was set aside to do real projects as opposed to studies. And Adna, as many of you may remember, in the 2007 flood, the Willapa Trail became, unfortunately, a levee, which was never intended to be when it was railroad grade, and it ended up flooding the high school and a number of homes in the community of Adna. And so it is really a good thing now that we're able to go back and restore this berm to it. It unfortunately got cut up in the bill as a levee. It never was a levee. It was a railroad berm, and the railroad tracks are on top of it. It had culverts and drainage on it, and we're going to restore it, and it should help protect that community in future flooding. So we're very happy to see this happen.
Speaking to item number 7, Resolution 12-280, accepting a deed of additional right-of-way for Russell Road in Centralia, Washington. The City of Centralia has approved a short subdivision, SP 2012-1, on property owned by Hal and Francine Gronseth, located in the city's urban growth area. The property has frontage on Russell Road, being a county road. As a development requirement, the City of Centralia has required the property owners to deed 15 feet of additional right-of-way, approximately 175 feet in length, for Russell Road to the county for future upgrading of the road. So it's in the UGA. The city's regulations govern when they're doing the subdivision in the UGA, and the city's regulations required 15 feet of additional right-of-way, and the Gronseths are amenable to that.
Now, this is one of those areas where we have really good cooperation between us and the cities, not just Centralia, all of the 9 jurisdictions. And we essentially, when you form an urban growth area, this is an area which is expected to grow over a 20-year period, and technically should be annexed by the city sometime within that 20-year period. And so it doesn't make any sense to use county densities for development in that area once it's been considered part of the urban growth area. So we make our agreements with the cities to allow their land use provisions to apply in the area. However, when that does occur, these are still technically part of the county. They still pay their taxes to the county, and so we have to confirm the action, and that's what we're doing today in this particular case.
Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioners. Michael Strozik, Director of Central Services. Item number 8 on your agenda is Resolution number 12-281, which is approval of an interlocal agreement with Lewis County Fire District number 11 for radio repair and maintenance services. Lewis County Fire District 11 is located in the PL area, and we refer to it as that, the PL Fire Department, although it's a fire district. What you have before you is an interlocal agreement between Lewis County Central Services and Lewis County Fire District 11 for us to provide radio repair services for the PL Fire District 11. Approximately 2 months ago, Commissioner Schulte was contacted because of some radio service issues out there with public safety coverage. We immediately went out there, and I took some of the equipment from the fire district to do some diagnostic testing on it. And that testing revealed some significant issues with the equipment that is owned by the fire district. As we have small rural fire departments in Lewis County, they struggle with maintenance on their equipment, with the closest radio repair shop located in Longview, Washington, and these departments can't be without that equipment for a period of time. Therefore, at their request, we have drafted an interlocal agreement that is standard that we use with the City of Chehalis, the City of Centralia, the Onalaska Fire Department, and other entities for us to help them maintain their radio equipment. This is on a as-needed basis. They will reimburse us at the cost of $50 per hour, $75 if it's overtime for us on an emergency basis. I think this will help resolve some of their issues. When I wrote the report back to their fire commissioners, this was my recommendation, is to enter into this, and I think this will work out well for everybody.
So, Mike, this is still on a reimbursable basis?
It is, sir. It's on a $50 per hour reimbursable basis, and it's on an as-needed situation. And to show you I hate to use the word desperation, but the significant need that they have already brought in several pieces of equipment at the end of last week looking for us to help them with it. And our radio techs are actually starting to work on that equipment so they can get back in and up and running.
So that's $50 a day is if they do it during normal work hours, and it's $75 if it's after hour.
Correct. Yeah, we bill out at $50 per hour for normal work hours, and if it's an emergency situation that cannot wait, and our guys have to come out on overtime, it would be $75. That is few and far between. So.
Any other questions or comments on the consent agenda?
No.
Hearing none, we'll call for the vote. All in favor of the consent agenda signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Mr. Chair, I see no further business on our agenda. I move we adjourn.
Second.
Motion is made and second to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. We're adjourned.